your shoes and you throw them on the floor. Dance in the kitchen till the morning light. Louisiana Saturday night.
And
good evening and welcome to a Gypsy's Kiss. It's Humpday and I'm Shelley Carney.
Yonder come a kinfolk in the moonlight. Louisiana Saturday night. Well, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow.
And I'm Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've got some emails to read. I don't think we have a lot of text messages, but then we'll open up the phone lines early because I'm looking forward to phone calls. And then we'll do some playing. We got some pictures. We got some all kinds of stuff. All right, stick with us.
Stay there.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Julie, huh? Julie, guess what day it is? Julie, huh? Julie. Mike, what day is it, Mike? Come on, I know you can hear me. Anybody? Huh? Woo-hoo! Mike, what day is it, Mike? Anybody? Julie, huh? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Julie, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike, what day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Woo-hoo! Hump day, hump day, hump day.
And we're back with our Humpday Hoedown camels.
Hoedown camels. So how are you doing tonight, Michelle?
I'm doing super.
Let's take care of
some jolly jokesters in the room. Having a good time.
Oh, we are?
Partying
Good.
before we even got here.
Partying, huh?
Looks like it.
Let me slide this over here and give me some more room so I can see
And
the
once
chat.
again, Greg Keller coming through for us with the @ A Gypsy's Kiss. And Jeff and Schultz starting off the Super Chat Challenge.
What? Dang nabbit, I haven't even
Before we even get to housekeeping.
No,
Let's go. Everybody's rushing.
Dang nabbit, brothers and sisters.
Hump day,
My brothers
says
and
Jeff.
sisters. Okay, so I'm getting calls from people. Wait, let me take care of this. Wait.
My goodness.
Mike.
Oh, hey, we got Adam Foddy in the room in the middle of the night. British time. Good to see you, Adam.
Okay, guys, so we're going to take it slow and easy tonight. Because we got
Even if you're zooming ahead of us. We're just taking our time.
Yeah, we're going to take our time. We're going to
strolling
just
along.
be mellow. We're going to be like totally mellow tonight.
We're totally mellow.
Okay.
Housekeeping, you want towels?
I want towels.
Shelley wants towels. And that includes if tonight before you leave this program, please make sure that you like our video because YouTube likes it when you like our video. Share this after it's been posted, processed and posted by YouTube with your family, your friends, your neighborhood, the members of your neighborhood, your business associates, and anyone on your social network who you think.
People in your neighborhood.
In your neighborhood.
In your neighborhood. Oh, who
Yeah, we're
are
going to start with a
people
slow
in your
dance. Yeah.
neighborhood?
And then not finally, but if you're not already a subscriber, this would be the ideal time to subscribe so that, bling, bling. Wait, let me do the notifications bell.
Okay.
So.
Go ahead.
And when that subscription box opens, make sure you bang on the notifications bell. And that way, every time we start a YouTube live stream or we schedule a YouTube live stream, you will be immediately informed. And there's nothing better than being
Psychic.
as my friend says here, in the know.
In the know, like a psychic.
So, and then, of course,
there's a stylized $ sign at the bottom of the chat there, and you just click on that, just like our friend Jeff Schultz did already. And showing the way you are. Oh, and just like Cow Lasers just did, support good content.
We're there, Cow Lasers.
Right. See how easy that is, everybody? See what a pretty big box you get?
Supporting good
and
content.
It gives you your logo just like that, and it gives you a big box to put all your words in. So what fun
And so if you have a
is
question,
that?
all right. So here's the Q&A game tonight. We're going to read some emails. Actually, we're going to open a box that we got from Copper Dan.
What's inside the box?
So
What's inside the box?
then we're going to open the box. Then we don't have a lot of emails, so we're going to read those first. If you want us to call you to discuss any open topic night with
another chinger. Super Chat Challenge.
more equipmento. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. We really do mean it. It's very
It's a lot of fun.
thoughtful
You
and
guys are
sincere.
awesome. Super supportive. We love our fans.
So,
friends.
a couple of things. Right now, the phone lines are off, but if you call now, you can leave a voicemail. You can send us a text message at any time, 866-597-9901. You can see the number right there. And then finally, if you want us to, we tried this afternoon, it worked out okay. If you don't want to wait while somebody else is on the phone and you want us to call you, kind of like when you call the automatic response system and they say, if you don't want to wait for the next customer services agent, just press 4 and the customer service agent will call you back. So if you don't want to wait for waiting in line and missing it, somebody beat you to making the call, then send me a text message, 866-597-9901, with your first name, your location, and the 3 following words, please call me, period. You've got to say that, otherwise I can't call you according to the FCC.
Oh.
So,
Don't mess with the FCC.
so we're going to be making a lot of changes over the next couple of weeks. We've got some new equipment coming in, and we've got some new phone
Fenn
lines coming
Community
in.
Commissioner, FCC.
Yeah. Fenn Community Commission. Did you just make that up like that? Just like that? Oh, man, she is so smart.
I'm on it.
Just on it like that.
Had my coffee today. First time in several months.
Yeah, so I noticed that during our show today, she was a little bit more active, and then we were having a meeting. We always have a meeting between shows to talk about what else we're talking about, and she wouldn't sit down, and I'm going like, what, do you want to sit down so we can have this conversation? She's jumping around and dancing.
I had coffee.
And she explained to me that on her new diet, she can now have coffee. She had 2 cups before she showed up here after not having coffee for
I am
how many months?
bulletproof.
How many months?
Oh, like 3.
Yeah, 3 months, and then 2 cups of coffee in one short
Yeah.
time span.
Yeah.
Because we're going to put a new phone line in so that we don't have that delay that we get using the smart
We
line.
got all kinds of really cool
We just got some great stuff coming up.
upgrades coming. And I just want to point out, right above our heads, join us on Facebook. We have, a new Facebook group. So if you've already liked our Facebook page and you go there, there's a little blue button just below the banner that says visit group, and you can click on that, or you can just type in facebook.com groups A Gypsy's Kiss and go right there. Request to join. For some reason it won't let everybody automatically join. We have to say, okay, you can join. So it might take a few minutes for us to catch up with you.
Especially if we're on when you do it.
Yeah, but we do already have like 10 people who have already joined. We put a little notice up on the Facebook page. But that's something fun. And the reason we're doing a group is because Facebook is promoting groups, and we'll get a wider reach through a group than we will with just a page. And we are planning to start streaming not only on YouTube, but into the group at the same time. So you can chat in both places and bring your friends and all that sort of thing.
Okay. I did get your message, Joe, so as soon as we start a calls, you'll be the first one because you're the first one to request a call. How cool is that?
All right.
And
Very good.
Shelley said, this is actually, we do have a Gypsy's Kiss page. We've left it kind of quiet until we decided what direction we were heading. But we added the group today, and then beginning next Friday, beginning with Fandango Friday, we'll start live streaming simultaneously to our Facebook page.
Group.
Well, does it go to the group?
It'll
or does
go to
it
the group.
Okay,
Into the
so
group. Because
into the group.
Facebook is promoting groups right now. And oh, my.
What?
Wow. Look at that. We got a
AGK,
big
would you
cha-ching.
both consider WSOP next week or Function in the Junction in June? We need to see you at one of these.
From
Mike?
Cal Lasers and K Pro.
I don't know if I can do
Big
WSOP.
super chat?
Can I do WSOP next week? But here's the deal.
Why don't you do that other thing that they're doing? That's
the Function and the Junction.
The $500 one.
What?
The $500 one that they're doing.
Oh, well, it's all part
Oh,
of the
it's
World
the
Series of
same-
Poker.
same
It's the World
weekend?
Series of Poker. It's just a different game.
That
So,
sounds good.
what weekend is it? Is it this coming weekend or next weekend?
This is next week.
Next week.
Probably, I don't know about Function in the Junction.
Well, we can't do
real
so.
up in the
Let me
air.
tell you, because Shelley is Shelley. So I ordered this new piece of equipment, and what it does is give me portability. And although I think it's still difficult
Should
to
give a
live
little
stream from the
cowbell for
Function.
Cal.
Well, we're gonna do his thing here in just a minute anyway. Function. Wait, no, he gets that,
I gave him one.
and he gets this.
There you go.
So thank you for that, Mike.
Yeah.
So WSOP, I don't know. I can't make that decision right now because I haven't even looked at the dates. Function of the junction, I think I'm going to take this new piece of equipment that I ordered yesterday and should be here well in time for function of the junction. And I want to go up there and I'm going to be able to do interviews. And I wanted this is what this new piece of equipment
Well, if you're going, I want to go.
to function in the junction.
You're going, I
That's
want to go.
4 days worth of driving.
I
How do you
like
feel
drive.
about that? Yeah, exactly.
I like driving.
Okay.
But somebody's got to go with you. You can't go alone.
Why can't I go alone? I'm not like I'm
Because your
6.
daughters would be upset
Yeah,
if
they
you try to
will.
drive cross country in your own.
Vehicle. Well, maybe I'll just use a Southwest Airlines thing.
That's not going to get you very close, though.
Okay. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. So this is a very nicely package that we got from,
What's inside the box?
and Copper Dan sent us this. So I promised that we'd open it on the air.
And hopefully nothing scary pops out at us.
So we'll
Like
just
a Jack in the Box. Hey, DJ Novatech. He's one of our first Facebook group joiners.
Members. Really?
Yeah. Be like DJ Novatech and join the Facebook group. Hey, DJ Novatech wants to drive you to Function in the Junction.
Oh, really?
That would be awesome.
I am not. I drive. I can
I know
drive.
you drive, but it's really, really long and you'd be tired.
No, I would do it in 2 days. Oh, damn it. Popcorn. This stuff gets everywhere. Okay, hang on.
Looks like marshmallows.
Okay. So there's a...
Yeah, I will approve you guys right after the show. Go ahead and request just like Greg Keller did, and we'll approve you right after.
Read that while I finish unpacking this thing.
Toby and Shelley, this is our latest piece titled Canyon Down. You can look at it as the second clue in the poem or just the canyon that we must be in while looking for the home of Brown. Either way, it is meant to represent a part of the chase. My goodness. Thank you both for all that you do by keeping the chase alive. I'm not sure who will end up with the piece, but my bet is Shelley.
Rats! What is that? Holy moly, we just
find
killed
out?
her. So how long has this been on?
Just for a second. What did you do?
I don't know. Hang on.
Did you set the box on top of the mouse?
Oh, I did, I'll bet.
The box was playing videos by itself.
So the last time we played that for Shelley's, from Kevin for Shelley's wedding anniversary.
Toby hit a button. Whoops.
So wedding anniversary, and because it has that SW theme in it.
So I think actually we'll keep it here in the office. That way I'll get to see it 2 or 3 days a week.
2 or 3 days a week, yeah.
Maybe more coming up.
So
And it says, it just so happened that, oh, we got another 20
the
from
hell?
Cow Laser. My goodness. Is someone who has never had a boots on the ground allowed to super chat? Someone post and tell me what I'm allowed to do.
you're allowed to
You're so funny. You can make jokes.
you can make jokes. That's the way to do it. Make jokes.
You know, boots on the ground is just the same as going out in the wilderness and walking around, because that's all we ever
So
do.
I can assure you that Copper Dan has done an outstanding job of packing this. And I could understand why, because to me, it strikes me as a...
So hopefully you can find a way to share it. He says, it just so happened that the next
between the
piece
two of
to
us?
give out was lucky number 13. Notice on the back of the piece it is written, and also in the certificate of authenticity, your fan, Copper Dan. And he's got a little quote here. Sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones you never realized were there all along.
That's how
Very
I feel about
nice.
her. There we go.
Oh, more. This says, congratulations on your new piece titled Canyon Down by Copper Dan and Francis Hedblum. This is the second piece in a series of 9 that are inspired from Forrest Fenn's The Thrill of the Chase treasure hunt. Isn't that beautiful? My
That
goodness.
really is pretty, isn't it?
Yes. Canyon Down is made of 12-ounce copper through a process of grinding and firing with a torch. The torch creates the colors from different temperatures. The grinding enhances the colors. After each piece is sculpted, it is sealed. Sun nor humidity will not affect your piece, so feel free to hang it on the wall that gets direct sunlight. The pieces can be hung outdoors, but just know that there is some wood involved in the structure of the piece that is not sealed. We hope you enjoy your new piece, and please help us promote it by sharing a picture of Canyon Down on your Facebook and with all your friends and family. Daniel and Francis, a.k.a. Copper Dan.
Well, I will take photographs of it and make sure we post them to our Facebook page. It is beautiful. And
It is.
I'm a big fan of metalwork because, of course, I have a son who's and a mother and 5 generations worth of metal workers. They focus on tin. Although Jason has been
There is some empty
expanding.
space on this wall.
In Nebraska.
in
You know
here
what?
we need
I
to
was
put
thinking right behind you. There's nothing that's
There?
No. There.
Well, then it would
Walk over
show
to the
up.
green screen and put that up there.
Would it show up?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll have to take my
It'll look
headset
like
off
it's on.
where I would
I
yank
think
my
we could
ears
just.
off.
So what I'm thinking is about this space right behind your head, right here. Put it against the wall. Let me see what it looks like against the wall. Over to your. Go move left, 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 right there. Now put it on the wall.
It is on.
Ta-da! So it's not green, so it's not going to have a negative effect. We could actually have it in our studio against the green screen.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So there, we're going to put that. We're going to add that to our studio. It's going to become a fixture in our studio. Our first piece of searcher donated art.
Nice.
So, Dan, he sent it. There's another. Did you read the one that came with the piece?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I read it out loud.
So, Dan, thank you very much. That was very kind and thoughtful of you. This is Canyon Down, Certificate of Authenticity, year of completion 2019, edition number 13, special instructions, enjoy. And they both signed it. Isn't that kind?
Very nice. Thank you so much.
We'll make sure that stays with the flame-painted copper.
And if you would like to purchase one of these beautiful pieces from Copper Dan,
It's at copper. You can send. Does he have a website? Yeah.
Copper Elements.
Copperelements.info. Copperelements.info.
Yeah.
So you can get it there. Wow. What a great way to start the show.
Yes, thank you.
With all that, in
Let's
addition
do
to.
a cheers or something. Yay.
Good day.
Thank you.
I forgot to.
Cause girls like you run all the guys like me to sundown when I come through. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love and get me too. What I want when I come through. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we need to get that. We need to get that one scene where K-Pro in their marathon was wearing your pink blouse.
Okay.
And started singing that song, apparently. I missed that part. I think that would have been really cute.
All right. Well, it's
Okay.
good to have fans.
Let's go. Let's do
Email
emails.
video?
Okay. Again, why are my volume is way up.
Email video.
Email video.
I'm going to read emails.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to make a thank you video.
I think we're going to get a
I'm going to have to give a
copyright.
caveat on the sharing is caring, and we'll read all your emails. If you're attacking somebody in your email, we're not going to read it
Yeah, we don't.
because we don't do that on our channel. We don't attack people.
No drama in the llama.
Yeah. So,
Okay, go first.
be aware.
You're first.
all right. This one is called Fear from Mario. And he says, "Hi, Shelley and Toby. Hope you are well. The fears I have are finding the treasure and the aftermath. In all of this finding, it may be easier than what happens next. I would travel from England to find the treasure, then what? Get it from the point of discovery back home. Avoid hunters who have been searching a long time. The thought of the effect to people such as yourselves. No more community. Invasion of my privacy and fear for my family. Lawyers, auctioneers, etc. The list goes on. I think I watch sometimes, hoping it is over and the desire to find it is gone. You two do a great job. Just enjoy it all. You are great together. Mario." Thanks, Mario.
Thank you, Mario. And if you do come, did he say he was in the UK or just presenting it
England.
as a hypothesis?
Well, apparently he's in England.
So come, and if you find the treasure, call me, and I'll tell you exactly what to do with it without turning it over to me, in order to make sure that eventually you get to keep it and take it with you back to the UK and put it in the Queen's home or something. Okay, Pandora's Box from Chuck Denny. What?
I was going to look up something on Terry Scant while you were reading for this email. Is that okay? Can I do that? You just give me the mouse. There. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, you can't do that.
Oh.
I got to show this first.
Oh. Didn't know you were showing things.
Yeah, I am. We're doing show and tell today.
Show and tell.
Show and tell. So this is called Pandora's Box. It's from Chuck Denny, and he says, Toby and Shelley, I wrote a blog post for searchers. If you would like to read it, I figured that you may like to share this with everyone too. If not, that is cool. I hope you see everyone at Function, and I hope to see everyone at Function in the Junction in mid-June. And he sent the blog post, and I'm going to show it to you with a screenshot. Blog post, Chuck Denny, and it's called 3 Secrets Revealed About Forrest Fenn's Treasure. And I have put the link to that. I read it, and I thought I would share it with you guys. And I've put a link to that blog post in the description box below. Okay? So you can go take a look at it for yourselves. Thank you for sending that, Chuck.
Okay. So I didn't look this up on Terry Scant yet.
Oh.
We'll go ahead and read it. Fenn Treasure Questions by Frank from Phoenix. Hi, Toby and Shelley. 2 quick questions. 1, did Forrest ever say if he walked the entire distance from the car to the hiding place? Yes. Didn't he say that? From the car to the hiding place.
He's never actually used the words that said he walked, and that's why some people interpret he rode a horse, he had an ATV, he was on a
See, I didn't look it up on Terry Scant.
mountain bike. I think the closest
Or he
he's
may
come
have flown, or he may have done cartwheels, or
yeah,
who knows what he did. He could have been on a pogo stick.
pogo stick. Let me see. I'm looking up Terry Scant.
I'm
Is that what
just
you're gonna do?
assuming that he walked.
Yeah, we are just assuming that he walked. So walked the entire distance. I don't
Car to the hiding place.
I don't think he's ever physically said that he walked. When she walked, walked. Ron, your question. Okay, so here's what we got. You once said you walked the 92 mile. Oh no.
Sassy said, yes, he
less.
did at the book signing in 2010.
The book signing at 2010, the original book signing?
In 2010. That's what
So he got a
says.
question, and this is on 10/13/2014. It looks like one of Mysterious Writing Questions. He said, "You want?" Somebody asked a question. You once said you walked the 92 miles from West Yellowstone to Bozeman to just experience it. Obviously, you were much younger than you were when you hid the treasure. Too far to walk means different things at different ages. So I was wondering if you would be so bold as to give an estimate of how far you walked to hide the treasure after leaving your car. Was it greater than 10 miles, between 5 and 10 miles, between 1 and 5 miles, or less than 1 mile? Thanks, Ron. Fenn responded with, Ron, your question sounds like a travel log, but I'll answer it. No, I don't want to be that bold, but I will say that I walked less than a few miles, if that will help. I just looked up a few, and one of the definitions is scant. Why do I sound like I'm talking in circles? So I guess that's as close as you're going to get to
And
walking
that
the
was
entire
from
distance.
2014?
2014. So that's about as close as we're going to get right there.
Okay,
Right.
and that's out of Terry Scant.
Terry Scant, do a search on walked.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
And here's the second question, which you may also want to look up. While the poem suggests the directions on how to locate the hiding spot, do you think he actually traveled that exact path to hide the chest?
No, I recall him saying something about he hid the chest. He had a special place, so he went to a special place, but he could have walked to a special place without ever having identified the clues that would get you there. He knew how to get there, so he didn't have to follow the clues. I think, as I understand, if I remember correctly, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think he hid the treasure in a special place, and then the clues came after that. I don't think he was necessarily following the clues because he didn't need to. He knew where he was going. The clues are for those of us that don't know where we're going. his special place.
All right. Hopefully that'll help you out, Frank.
Okay. Question for Wednesday's show, Copper Dan. Hello, Shelley. Oh, it's Copper Dan.
Yeah, there's two from Copper Dan.
Oh, okay.
In fact.
Hello, Shelley and Toby. It's Copper Dan from the great state of Minnesota. Yeah, you betcha. No, I'm sorry. I didn't make that up. He wrote it.
Minnesota.
Yeah, from Minnesota. Yeah, you betcha. Before we start to move off topic of the legalities of the treasure chest, I have a question pertaining to the what if it is found in Yellowstone National Park or any other national park. It's actually national park properties, national park service properties. There's 21 different types of properties that they administer. And I do apologize if this has already been discussed and answered. What if Forrest left a legal document inside the treasure chest, granting it to the finder? Could that possibly ease title transfer when it is found? We may need to have Joel call back in. Thank you for your time. P.S. I hope you enjoy the copper art I sent. So he did leave it because there's a copy of the poem in the treasure chest, and in the poem it gives you title to the gold. You could make an argument, I suppose, that it's just the gold and not all the other things, but I don't think that's how a court would see it, and I'm not a lawyer, do I play an attorney, nor do I play one on TV. So here's my plan. I'm planning to call the National Park Service, and they're not going to accept hypotheticals, because if I were to say what you just said, which is what if Forrest left a legal document inside the treasure chest, granting it, the whoever I spoke to at the National Park Service, and ideally I want to speak to an attorney at the National Park Service, but what they would say is that's a hypothetical, we can't know until it happens, but it's probably irrelevant in the sense that the National Park Service has a set of regulations that it has to follow regardless of what's in that chest. And so it's not going to make any difference what Fenn has said in the chest. If it's treated as abandoned property or as Joel described last week, a gift, none of this is going to apply until that's resolved anyway. But what I want to do is I want to see if I can get a conversation. I can't imagine they'd want to come on the show because I know government people enough to know that they're not going to agree to that. But I'm hoping that they'll have a conversation and maybe allow me to record the conversation, and we'll play that once it really does happen. So we just don't know when that's going to happen. But I don't think it's, I think to the National Park Service, if it is in Yellowstone, as you surmise, they don't care what's inside the box. They have regulations to follow, and none of those regulations, I'm willing to bet, say check the box first.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Kev. Okay, your turn.
All right. So this is from LR. This is a photo I took while searching in Montana. From LR.
Isn't that pretty? And it looks like he's...
That's Adoniram?
And that's Adoniram Judson.
In the chat room, Adoniram.
Yeah. And it looks like he's applied some post-processing because it looked more like a impressionist painting. It's better when it's full size, but it looks like an impressionist painting. So he must have applied some post-processing to it. It's very good. Anyway, you look at it. Beautiful skies.
Montana.
Big sky, Montana.
Montana's for mountains.
Okay, baby. Book giveaway. Toby and Shelley. Oh, it's from Copper Dan again.
Yeah, it's giving all kinds of things away.
Copper Dan night, huh?
Yeah. A little cowbell for Copper Dan.
So it says, Toby and Shelley, happy hump day afternoon to both of you. I was wondering if you would be so kind as to announce that I am giving away a brand new copy. No, why should we? He's given us a gift. He wants too much attention.
So
okay. Oh.
he's a loyal viewer.
He's a loyal
viewer.
viewer.
Give him a little attention.
I was wondering if you would be so kind as to announce that I'm giving away a brand new copy of The Thrill of the Chase, Too Far to Walk, and Once Upon a While Revised.
He swapped his V and his S.
Revised. I am doing it for a few reasons. First and foremost is to give back to a very generous Fenn community. I am one of the people that have profited off the Fenn community with sales of my art, as well as map frames. I was raised to always make time to give back to those who support your efforts. Secondly, it has come to my attention that there are some new searchers that cannot afford the book, so here's a chance to win one. Thirdly, and least important, is I am trying to grow my new YouTube channel. What?
YouTube.
New YouTube channel. I started producing videos that are aimed at new searchers. My first video was short, but explained what books were written for the chase and where to find them. My second video will talk about places to find good resources like Dale Neitzel's site, Terry Scant, as well as AGK's site for videos.
Little cross promo.
Though in my vlog 1.5 I announced this book giveaway, I said it was necessary to subscribe to my channel. That makes sense. But the problem is if they don't, there's a setting in their profile that says I would like my subscription to be anonymous, so you don't get all your subscribers, right?
Sometimes you don't know who subscribed.
And honestly, there's no way to collect them, but we'll figure that out later. I said it was necessary to subscribe to my channel. I have changed my mind. If you need some books, simply email copperdan18@gmail.com. That's copperdan18@gmail.com. I set up a special email account for just this and other prize giveaways coming up. If you do wish to subscribe, just search Copper Dan on YouTube. Thank you for the whole Fenn community for all your support. Copper Dan 18 if you want to enter the raffle drawing for his
and you
books.
might as well subscribe while you're at it and support fellow Fenners.
Fellow Fentubers.
That's right.
Let me just take a look and see. Let me search see what his channel name is.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
So while he's working on that, I will read the next email. June 4th through the 8th. Steve Richardson. Toby, my name is Steve Richardson from Tampa, Florida. My wife and I will be in your area June 4th through 8th. If possible, we'd like to buy you and Shelley breakfast or lunch at any place, time, location that will work for you. Yes. Okay. In the few minutes we share, I feel confident that you will have new information to share with your listeners as a theory and possibly a solve. I am the investigator that called you a few weeks ago but got a voicemail. By way of background, in conjunction with investigations, I became a professional treasure hunter. I have found a lot. Nice. If this invite is acceptable to you guys, please choose location and time within those supplied dates and we will be there. By the way, I too am a Vietnam vet. I am having to catch up on last week's video and could not participate when you asked for songs with Gypsy in them. I have included a link that for your viewing pleasure that almost describes a chapter in Fenn's book. So there's the
Dancing
link.
Gypsies. I went to the link. It's copyright. We can't use it.
Oh, but we can look at it.
Yeah, we can look at it.
All right.
You know
and
what?
It's,
I should put that. I'll put that
Steve
link.
and June, a.k.a. Famous Treasures, Inc., a.k.a. Skippy and June.
May I see that?
Oh.
So, June 8th, what did you say? June 4th through 8th. So I got to figure out when the WSOP is, and
Yeah,
I'll do
that's
that.
true.
I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's my free day, so I'll take care of all that, and I'll have a better idea
Get you
for you.
an email back on that.
Now that I have $100 to help me get there.
Right.
$120.
Right.
Okay.
Wait, half that's mine.
What?
I said, wait, half that's mine.
Oh, good point. Well, a third of it is YouTube's. Okay, so I'm going to show you Copper Dan's website, and it is called Copper Dan, and it's got that very nice copper art associated with it. So make sure you subscribe. He has 103 subscribers, so let's double that real quick. And then make sure if you want to participate in his raffle drawing. He didn't say when the drawing was going to end, but maybe he can tell us that in the chat room if he gets this. But subscribe, and then if you want to participate in the raffle drawing for the three unused books. The Thrill of the Chase, Too Far to Walk, and the revised version of Once Upon a While, send an email to copperdan18@gmail.com. Okay,
Okay.
your turn.
So let's get out our lead searcher video. Talk about our lead searcher. Lead searchers. Lead searcher video.
Oh, lead searcher. Lead searcher. Why are you going to talk about? Is that an email?
No, I'm just going to.
Oh, I've got another email.
Names. Oh, you have another email.
Sorry. How did we end up short one?
Well, because
Okay.
I don't know.
So
You took too long.
I don't know. I did. Okay.
There it is.
So this
Never
is another email from Frank Brousseau. Hi, Toby and Shelley. Here's an attachment of the Fenn oil portrait. It is not a good picture of the painting, but it will give you an idea of what it looks like. Please let me know how to proceed. So Frank contacted us last week, and said that he had this painting of Fenn, and that he tried to get it to Fenn, and Fenn didn't respond. So if Forrest, if you're watching
I think
this,
it's very nicely done.
this is the painting. So I'm gonna screenshot it so you guys can see it. I think it's very nicely done.
Yeah.
So it's kind of Forrest Fenny, isn't it? Got that
think
nice
so.
Forrest Fenn jaw.
Almost Longmire-ish.
Yeah. So that's a gift for Forrest. So if any of you get in touch with Mr. Fenn, tell him that Frank has a portrait, an oil portrait of him that he would like to give him, that he would like to present
Gift to him. Isn't that
and
nice?
give him. And he also gave us options. So if Forrest didn't want to take it directly from him, he said he'd be happy to give it to someone that was in contact with Forrest. So
we have another super chat from Cow Lasers. Where's the pew pew pew?
What
Where's
the
that?
cow lasers is
Is that
going
the
on?
cow?
What is he doing?
Put us back on the screen.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Put us back on the screen.
$5 from Cow says thumbs up Copper Dan's channel for decoy.
For decoy?
Whatever that means.
Let me see. For decoy. Oh, that's
Leroy Decoy?
Leroy and Decoy. That was the Leroy's brother Decoy that was kidnapped. I don't
know the whole story.
I don't either.
But they have something going on. Copper Dan says it ends Sunday at 8 p.m.
Okay. And Sunday at 8 p.m. So make sure I just sent an email. copperdan18@gmail.com.
And Mr. Anonymous says, where is the World Series of Poker event you're going to, in town or Vegas?
Las Vegas. All World Series. Well, the World Series of Poker takes place in Las Vegas. But there are a number of events in addition to the main event. So the main event is the one that's a $10,000 buy-in. But there's a lot of, let's see, what do they call them? They call them, I'll think of it later. It's not ancillary events, but they have all these other events. And I think the one that K-Pro and Mike are playing in is a $500 buy-in with I think she said $1 million, or did she say $5 million?
Oh, I don't know. What'd you say,
We
K-Pro?
talked to her. So it's a less expensive buy-in, but it's a pretty big pot, assuming you win. And apparently she's very good
Can I
at
see
those.
your book, please?
Can I see my book?
Do you have your book?
No, I put it back in the bookshelf.
Sorry,
You wanna go?
Davio, I can't answer your question. Kevin. Toby put his book away.
Yeah, it's in the other. It's in the other room. What's he asking? What the page is
He
comment
wanted to
about
know
that?
what page
Leaving
the comment.
a nickel
he
under
saw
the
it.
headstone. Oh no. Oh wait, I can do that. So can you keep folks busy for just a minute while I open up?
Sure, if you play that video,
Which one?
the lead searcher video.
Okay.
There you go. Do what you want to do.
I've got to watch this so I can make the
I'll let you
transition.
know.
Yeah, that's going to change the old processor. Lead searcher. Okay.
All right.
You talk. I'm searching.
Here are the people that we have listed for May who plan to go out and get the treasure and bring it home. Now, it has been snowing in the mountains. So if you need to change from May to another month, please let me know after I read your names. Let me know in the chat room. Do the @ a Gypsy's Kiss and then say change mine to June or July or whatever you need to change it to, because I know there's snow in the mountains and that's definitely an excuse. We want everybody to stay safe. So here's who we have for May. Let us know. Mr. T, Davio, Bo Walker, Rudy Green, Clayton Watson, Cynthia Meacham, and Bird. So if any of you need to change your month because of weather, let me know. Otherwise, we're looking for you to bring home that treasure by the end of May.
Davio, it's page 33.
All right.
According to my copy of The Thrill of the Chase. Okay.
We're ready for texts and...
We don't have any texts?
We don't have any
wait.
texts? Do we have none?
We have one and then an outbound
Okay,
call.
why don't you do the text video? Maybe somebody will send us a text while it's playing. Okay.
Wait, before we start that, there was one other thing that I wanted to mention. So I don't know how many of you guys are a subscriber of his. He's got 405 subscribers. His name is, I think, Eric, and he's going to have to forgive me.
It is what it is.
It is what it is Productions, and I'm going to do a screenshot. It is what it is Productions, and it's IIWII Productions. You see it right there, IIWI Productions. And he recently produced a video of what it was like to look at a proverbial blaze and a proverbial treasure chest from 200 feet and 500 feet. Now, the field that he does it in is wide open, and I want to remind everybody at 500 feet, you are 1 2/3 football fields away from the treasure. But it's kind of a fun little video, and he put some work into it. And I'm going to strongly recommend, I put the link in the description box below. If you get a chance, go visit the video. And if you're not already a subscriber to Eric's channel, go ahead. And he's always got some interesting stuff. And he's got the funniest thing that he does with 2 pair of glasses. And he's at that age in life where he goes like, I don't care if this works for me. If it doesn't work for you, that's your problem. But he's got some interesting thoughts he's about to do on I think it's his 3rd summer's worth of boots on the ground. And he's always the most committed guy I know. The only change, and I mentioned this in this afternoon's show, the only change I would make to what he did is the average human eye sees at the equivalent of a 35 millimeter, 105 millimeter lens. And so the next time he does this, if he could find a way to make a 105 millimeter lens, put a 105 millimeter lens on a camera, that would give him a more accurate perspective of what the human eye would see from that 200 and 500 foot distance. The disadvantage when you're using an iPhone to do this kind of stuff, or a GoPro, is that it's a very wide angle lens. So the distance, so the image is a bit psychologically, visually distorted. Not that it's out of shape, but it's not what the eye would see at 200 and 500 feet. So maybe he can...
And that's if you see 20/20.
Yeah, exactly.
Which most of us don't anymore. So, did you have a text message to read?
A single text message.
Okay.
Hi, Shelley and Toby. Jim in California. Can't find it in Terry Scant, but if he did Forrest actually say, for the clue where warm waters halt, you should be able to dip your toe in it? Thanks. Love you guys.
That's something he said to a searcher.
Yeah.
Not something he put out for the entire community.
Right. K-Pro, you need to answer that question.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was something he said to a searcher. So it's once removed from
hearsay. It's hearsay at this point.
Yeah, it's hearsay now. We know the searcher to whom it was said. Let's see. Ben, no, she is too humble, but I think that's something else. So it is not something that you'll find on Terry Scant, because there is no.
It's not something he wrote
or said
on camera or somewhere that.
Oh,
was
K-Pro. I'll call you. Let's talk about that. Okay, wait a minute. Are you going to tell me that I need to do something?
We didn't say hello to the room yet.
Let's do that. Okay, K-Pro, when this is done, I'll call you.
How
and
far
we can
back
talk
can
about
you
that.
go? Because I'm at 7:23.
I'm at 7:24, but it's a good place to start.
All right. Well, let's do our hellos. Hello. Hello, video.
Hello.
Where's the moo?
Oh.
Help from the other side.
All right, let's say hello to all of our friends in the room. How many people are here? We have 207.
207.
All right, very good. Very good.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for a good
showing
Wednesday
up.
night.
Yeah. So let's say hello to Thomas Sawyer, Steve Wayne, the Sassy 1962, and K-Pro, Thor, Christy.
Oh,
Get the little cowbell going.
it's all dependent on whether or not OBS syncs up.
We have Tony Driver in the room. Follow Me Down. Hush Whisper. Deborah Jensen. Peter Swift. Alan Kay. Full Press. Mr. Anonymous. Greg Keller. Man in the Park. Pogo Stick. Yay, Pogo Sticks. Debbie Teal.
So we got a couple of comments from Sassy and Matt Brewer that Fenn referred to walking during that, so they were answering the question.
Oh, okay.
I thought I had something from Matt Brewer here. Did we not get that one?
I didn't see one from Matt. We have Britt Chaser. Hello, Britt Chaser. Staying up all night with us.
Staying up late when it was in this afternoon's program as well.
Yes, he
wasn't
was
it?
there
Wow.
too, and he was
Getting his A Gypsy's Kiss on.
Yeah. Ooh. We have Jeff Anschultz, and we have Sakar. Davio's here. And we have Mitzi Moore TV. All
Mitzi.
right. And we have Matt Brewer in the room.
So, Sassy says, K-Pro, I was eating popcorn before and I couldn't type with my buttery fingers, so
Yummy.
yeah.
Ben is here. Also, Grizzly Bear. Who else do we have? Steve Wayne. Cow Lasers.
I'm doing cow lasers again.
Did we just get a $4.99?
I think we did. Let me see.
From
My music.
Jay
Oh.
Anschultz. Oh, you didn't have to pay us for that. Sorry.
Yeah, it started
So I
going
want
there.
that one to keep going and going and going.
We were in a, do we go 8 seconds or do we go the 4:27 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, the full 27
good
seconds.
song.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Jeff. Keep us in line. All right, we got Follow Me Down. Eric Schmidt.
Hey, Eric, how are you doing? Nice to see you in the room.
Yeah, one of our mods. We have Alan K. I think I said that. Can throw some in there if I'm missing any.
I'm just going down with you.
Go down with me. Oh, Kevin was in the room. I bet he's working though. At this point, sometimes he sits and waits on his truck for a flight to come in, and he'll tune in to see what we're doing while he's waiting. He got to be there and watch all the planes flying around for the air show the other day. Paladin's here.
A soldier of fortune is a man called
Paladin.
My favorite show as a kid growing up.
Hooli is here.
He was my hero.
Hooli here. George Vamvudakis.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a Greek name.
Vamvudakis. John Edo. Copper Dan, of course.
Copper Dan. Man, you've been prominent in tonight's programming.
That's right.
Debbie Teal. Sorry.
Oh, Debbie Teal.
I missed Debbie.
See, we're getting. See, Jeff, you're not the only one we forget.
So what's interesting
Old
about
brains,
this new Roadcaster that we're getting is it frees up a bunch of carts on
music.
Boss Jock. So we'll be able to add some more music for you guys.
Yay.
Some more people music.
Yeah, fun.
But it's like 10 days before it comes in. It'll take me a couple of days just to get it all working.
And then
right.
expect some bugs, because every time we make a change, there's going to be glitches and
Buggies.
bugs. And
Mucho
you guys
buggies.
are so patient to be putting up with it.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you upgrade. There's that settling in period. Bumps in the road.
Beta testing,
So
as
count
we used
on
to
it.
say in the old days.
Yeah. Virginia Man, and just remember, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Virginia Man's here. AJ Rainville. 103
Wait.
subscribers for Copper Dad.
Don't we have an AJ Rainville? No, we don't.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, but we do have a Jono Jones. Britt Chaser
Oh,
is in the room, and he was
okay. I'm confused. Sorry. Is that the Ramblin' Pam? I thought that was the Ramblin'.
No, Ramblin' Pam is.
Oh, okay. And that's also Don Davidson. He wanted that song too. But I haven't seen him since. All right.
Never
Hush
heard it say.
Whisper. Peter Swift. I keep Toby in line. Somebody has to. Budweiser Neneg. We are hilarious. We are a hoot. Missouri Dave is here. Just click the 3 vertical dots after a name and click go to channel.
Wait, say that again. What was that about?
It was instructions on how to get to Copper Dan's channel.
Oh,
by
okay.
Click the 3 vertical dots after his name and click go to channel. So that makes it easy. Peter Swift is here.
K-Pro says, a Gypsy's Kiss, call me before you... What?
We got another K. Bing.
What?
Cha-ching.
From Apmaro?
AP Marrow.
AP Marrow.
We'll go with that.
Don't judge a man until you've walked a mile in his shoes. That way, once you've judged him, you're a mile away and you have his shoes. Why does that sound
Wait,
like
do
something?
we have a laugh?
We do have a...
It's a joke. Good one. For $20, I will laugh at your joke.
Yeah. Why does it sound like something
steal,
Fenn...
man. That's a steal.
So why does it say what does it sound like it's something Fenn would say?
What?
Why does it sound like something Fenn would say? That sounds like something Fenn would say.
I don't know. I've heard it before. It's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. I like it. Jonas 1777 lead searcher check-in. Was a Mouseketeer roll call sound off now or something like that. We do a lead searcher roll call sound off now.
So I'm going to read this thing that K-Pro wrote to Gypsy's Kiss. K-Pro still hasn't got the whole orange pilot thing. Call me before you book. I want to be in town and we go live together in Vegas and make terrible content. Yeah, okay, that's crazy. No. Yeah.
Who makes terrible content?
If I
Not
can
me.
figure out the dates, so I want to. Let me think about it. This is the wrong time to have me thinking about this stuff. I'll think about it tomorrow on my free day. How's that? Mitzi is here.
Marty Bird.
Marty Bird.
Yeah.
William is late.
There's a cow on the tracks. Look out.
He spent. He had some fun on the marathon the other day. He was on for a long time and he was driving the whole time. So
was he on or was he in the chat room?
He was on. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They dialed him in from being on the road someplace.
Cal says $5 million.
What? $5 million for the $500 buy-in. It's a $5 million prize. Chet man.
My goodness.
William says, "What does Dale Earnhardt and Pink? Wait, They're doing wait.
Yeah.
They're doing jokes. What do Dale Earnhardt and Pink Floyd have in common?
Their last hit was The Wall.
Oh, Jesus.
Where's the cha-ching chunk? Ka-ching chunk.
You know what that means?
Da-da-da.
The rim shot.
There we go.
William,
Thank you, William.
It's actually kind of cold, William, but okay.
Thanks, guys, for the jokes and the laughter. We appreciate
You don't have to pay for jokes. Just put them in the room. They're funny anyway. You look at them.
They want everybody to see it. And we read them out loud.
True.
Too, so
That's a good point.
Makes it funnier.
I don't know, but then it gets me in that joke-telling mood, so I want to start telling jokes. And
Steve Wayne's here.
Hey,
if
Steve.
I know where it could be and I choose to not get it, that may impress a little.
what?
Not sure what that
Say that
means.
again?
Oh. He's trying to impress people
Oh,
by knowing where it is.
yeah, we're starting to think that's some kind of ploy where people say, hey, I know where the treasure is, and I saw it, but I left it there. So when you get it, I want part of that cut.
And everybody should be looking at the key word. What's wrong with you people? Why don't you look at the key word?
So K-Pro says, Gypsy's Kiss, 1 million, first prize, 5 million total, no rake. Wow.
Don't be raking. No yard work
That
for
means
you.
that the casino is not taking a cut. So every $500 buy-in ends up prize money. That's how they do
Yeah.
that. They're not taking a cut. They're just happy having you there drinking, smoking, and
Matt
gambling.
Brewer says it's called a satellite.
Satellite. Thank you, Matt.
Homer Weisenheimer is here. Pirate 45. That's
Ooh,
a new name.
New name.
Would it be possible to drop the oil painting with you on my way through Santa Fe area to Minnesota
Oh, that's
on
Frank.
Saturday, June 1st?
That's Frank.
I will be going through in the mid-afternoon.
Wait, first
Saturday,
of all,
June 1st. That's next Saturday.
Saturday after next.
Right.
We're still, next Saturday is this, right? So
Not
Saturday.
the coming Saturday. The one after
Saturday next, and you're going to be driving through, what did he say?
that. He'd be on his way to through Santa Fe to Minnesota. Now, I'm sure he's
Through
going up
Santa-
25, so yeah.
Well, if you're on 25, I thought he said he was in, they were in Texas, weren't they? Didn't he say last time they were in
I don't
Texas?
know where he is right
Okay.
this minute.
So
This is for next June 1st.
if you see signs on I-25 that you're nearing Albuquerque, give us a call. I'll figure it out. We can meet at the, there's a Starbucks right off I-25.
Well, you guys can contact each other
Yeah.
through email as well. So.
Yeah.
And
Or you can
Domino is
send, you
waiting
know what
for
else
the
you can do?
snow to
Send a text
melt.
message to the 866 number, because that hits me immediately and I can respond to that. What's
Davia wants the snow to melt.
snow?
Snow
Really?
melt.
We're still doing a snow thing? Wow. Because we just
But
had
I've been
snow again.
patient forever.
Copper Dan says, Gypsy's Kiss, I may as well eat some crow. We like calling it humble
Crow
pie.
pie.
Humble pie. Put me down to find the treasure on June 17th, his birthday. Let's just give him the month of June, because if we get specific,
I don't do days.
then he
just do
starts.
months.
We don't want to lose into
This
that.
is Copper Dan's month. All right.
Jonah, 1777. Oh, he's talking to Cal Lasers.
I see Charles Clement.
Charles Clement.
We have a lot of
Book names.
book names, yeah.
Book
Marty
author
Bird
names.
says, do you think Forrest is saying the person who solved the first two clues and walked right on past the rest is the same person that came within 200 feet?
We had a video on that, Marty, and we couldn't make that connection. It was 3 or 4 different statements where he said searchers have been within 200 feet, people have been within 500 feet. Searchers have figured out the first 2 clues and walked back to the treasure, but there was no way for us. There was no, in his statement, there was no evidence that those 2 were connected to one another. They could be, but we didn't see any evidence when we did our analysis. So.
Okie dokie.
Greg says that Eric IIWII, It Is What It Is Productions, is boots on the ground this week. Wow. Peter Swift says, side note, I love my cat.
Don't steal his cat.
Don't steal the cat.
All right. So I'm seeing where you're at, I think.
Science class with Toby Younis. Somebody just picked up on the NASCAR joke. Ugh. Let's see.
I see a muse in the craft room.
AJ Rainville, I just burned 2,000 calories. That's the last time I leave brownies in the oven while I nap.
Oh, no, not brownies.
Burn 2,000 calories. I
Peter
get it.
Swift. Jerry Harris, hi.
Dun, dun. Let's see. Donna Buckholz, you said hi. Oh,
Deep
scratches.
Thinker,
Pop, pop.
hello.
Everything's just going crazy. I need to expand my
pop,
window
pop,
here.
pop.
These
Pop
guys
like
are going to
popcorn.
town. Okay, so
Joe? No. G-O-E-J-D-N-K-L.
oh, where's that?
That's not a name.
Oh, Blue Bop. It is. It's a name. Blue Bop.
J-E-O-E-J-D-N-K-L. No, that's not a name.
That must
You
be.
can't. That's not readable.
That's got to be an acronym for something. What is it again?
Oh, it's a bunch of letters. J-E-O-E-J-D-N-K-L.
Oh.
All right.
E-N-K.
I have Joe Sheeran. That's easier to say.
Okay.
Toby Fenn. John Werner, 3000.
John Warner 3000.
John, why don't we have a song for you? Did you not give us a song? Bloop Bop.
Okay, we want to do some. So that's a text
Carmen
message.
Okie.
479 says Humpday. Yeah, it is.
Day. Dave Hedblom.
Debbie wants to.
Dave's here.
Debbie says, "Thanks. I thought I was being blocked.
Oh,
No, we wouldn't block you, Debbie.
Bo Walker's here. Does Bo have a song?
Bo, not
No.
yet.
Julie.
We have to open up some
Waholtz.
spaces.
Jay Judge. Hi. Terry McKernan. Peter Swift. Lots of book names. Joe Lewicki. Hey, Joe Lewicki's here.
So
right.
Frank says, I will text you when I get to Albuquerque on my way through Santa Fe on June 1st to drop the painting coming from Phoenix north to Minnesota. Frank. You know what? I will figure out how to get that thing to Senor Forresto.
Forresto.
Hi.
He does not.
Who's that?
Well, it was the beginning of a cutoff.
Oh.
Wait, it's a voicemail. You want to listen to it, or are you still doing names?
Is it cut off?
No.
Oh, Evan Penn says, my advice for what it's worth, turn the theme music down a bit and talk through it. Don't pause and listen. Sometimes we're taking drinks of water and doing other things
Which
when you
theme
guys
music?
are watching a video. When they're watching videos, I think.
Oh.
I understand.
Wait, say that again. Say that again. My advice.
He's like, move. Make the show move.
Don't pause and listen. Oh.
Jack be nimble.
Jack, be quick.
And whoever AP Morrow is, that's a brand new name. And with a super chat. Tamer Lamb. All right, let's Chuck Denny. AGK, thanks for sharing my post. I hope that people stay safe and also that someone finds the treasure soon. Yes, indeed.
Okay, we got a super chat
Oh boy.
from Cow Lasers.
Another one from Cow.
Yeah, this is just good marketing here.
Yeah.
He says, when does everyone want to see another Forrest Fenn marathon, and will AGK come back on?
Obviously, we'll be there. We're like all about the cross promo.
We were actually kind of hurt that you let Joel be first, but we're okay with that.
We wanted the second hour.
We want the second hour.
First hour is a lot of work.
We'll be on again.
Joel had
Yes.
to work hard.
And
Ed
we may even
brings
have
little
some.
kids on
And
just
if
for
you
the
send us
cuteness.
those silver coins, we'll tell you about where we hid them so that you can find them. Because we're going to do that again with the coins that you sent us.
All right, I see Redneck Express in the room, and if I've missed your name, Jungle Cruiser. I will get to it when I see it. J.A. Street. What?
Sassy says, Calazars, I'll come back on if I don't have to share the screen with Bobbit playing with himself while I talk.
What?
We missed it. She was on.
John was on?
John was on, yeah. I don't think he was playing with himself, but apparently.
Who knows?
He's pretty quiet. He's hard to get to talk.
He does keep his head down a lot when he talks.
Yeah.
That's just how he is. Heather Dawn's here.
Matt Brewer, we can't. Heather Dawn asked me to change her theme song.
Now that the season's over, now that the over.
Yeah.
Time to move on. Dev JB's here, and that's all the names I have.
Hey, JB. Okay, hold on. Matt said he just sent us an email. Let me see what it is real quick.
Have you ever considered maybe where warm water's halt has nothing to do with water, AP marrow? Yes. I've been talking about it just being a specific thing, like a road or a place, and how, one might say if they had a big farm or a big piece of property, they could say, my property begins where warm water halts. So that's one way of looking at it. Tenarth, hey Tenarth. Woohoo.
Hail Tenarth.
Reminds me of the name Tormund.
Did we tell them about our Facebook page?
We did, but let's do it again in case they missed it.
Okay.
Facebook.com/group/A Gypsy's Kiss, brand new group. Do request to join. We will get to you after the show and let you in. For some reason, Facebook doesn't let us just automatically let everybody in the group. There's this process they make us go through. So go ahead and apply. We'll get you in there, and we're going to build up the Facebook group, and we're going to put in some fun posts, and we're going to broadcast simultaneously from YouTube and the Facebook group at the same time, and broaden our reach a little bit. Try to grow this community. Nice.
So Greg Keller says she means, referring to Sassy, she means he kept messing with items on the desk and playing up to the camera. Sassy says he wandered around the room and kept bringing his toys out to show in the screen, a gold bar, etc. Yeah, he's that kind of guy.
If you ever came to visit Toby, he would want to show you everything too. He's
not
show
everything.
And tell.
No, I mean,
look at my stuff, my toys. Look, I got a camera. Look, I got screens. Look at this. Look at that. This new thing. Look at this new thing.
Ask Cynthia. All she has to do. One of the times she came in and she said, "Should I get a drone?" And out comes the drone and all the equipment and etc.
And then the Pocket Osmo, and you got to have one of these, Cynthia.
Pocket Osmo, baby.
Yeah.
Blue Pop says, "What is the canon on where warm water's halt being the end of a train line a locomotive tracks in?" So there's been some indication. Some people believe that it has to do with where a train halts. Playing on the warm waters, and a good example of that is Osher Station on the what's the name of that one? Cumbres and Toltec Railroad line, which goes through our search area.
So there has been. Keller.
Oh, why are you waving at Greg?
He's leaving.
Oh,
he
bye,
says,
Greg.
And Friday,
it's 8
June
o'clock.
7th, he'll be boots on the ground.
It's 8 o'clock. He's got to go. His boss makes him go back to work.
Got to go to work.
Okay. Departure looking forward to Wednesday, June 5th, before I fly out for boots on the ground when I can stay for an entire hoedown. That would be great. Friday's boots on the ground. Chit-chat too. Sassy says it was rude to do while on others were talking. We got like 0 super chats. Ooh.
Mr. T, hey.
Well, with 0 super chats, what you should have done is have him make up for it by doing a big super chat, because he's done that in the past.
Mr. T, are you still planning to go out on your search in May, or has the snow delayed your trip? Let me know if you're going a different month. We have you down for finding the treasure in May right now.
Calazars, I know they're gonna. Hey, Bo, is Sophie with you? Say hi to Sophie. Okay, let's do a voicemail. Let me make sure it's a question about Mr. Okay, here we go. Voicemail. Put attention, you fellows.
Hi, Toby. I was just calling because I had a question about Mr. Fenn's book. I'm new to all this stuff. Really, I have no idea what's going on, but I managed to make it through his book, and Forrest Fenn is a bullshitter. Excuse my language. I hope you edit it out or whatever for your purposes.
Boom, monetization.
But even in the first 10 pages, he describes how he has read some books, and then right off the bat, he gets one of his summaries of the books that he is smack-talking incorrect. He has the wrong summary of the book that he is smack-talking. And I think that just proves that he is one of the world's best bullshitters, and I'd love to hear your opinion on it sometime. That's all for today. Thank you, and goodbye.
All right.
He's, of course, referring to For Whom the Bell Tolls. He tried to cite one of Hemingway's book and got the wrong one. Yes, we do not disagree with your assessment that Fenn does have a way about him, and part of it enjoys BSing, but he claims that as a privilege and a right based on his age and the fact that he's had so much experiences. But he also said there were some hints in the book and a couple of, quote, aberrations around the edges, unquote. So every time he makes a mistake in the book that to us, literate people, look like a mistake, it might be an aberration or a hint. So we caution you. We don't disagree that Fenn has a way of tale telling that sometimes includes the possibility of what you referred to, but that's his nature, and you incorporate that into your thinking, and you don't use it as a fault or a reason to ignore the fact that he did hide a treasure in the mountains somewhere north of Santa Fe. You use it as a way to determine what this man is telling you, because he never. Here's what I think I can say about Forrest Fenn and feel comfortable in saying that. He never stops telling you, ever. He's always telling you something. Now, that something may have nothing to do with the treasure chest, but whatever he's saying or whatever he's writing, he's telling you something, even when it's a mistake like of that dimension, and it is very likely he knew exactly what he was doing when he made that mistake. Okay.
Okay, Meek No More. That's a new name.
Sophie is here and would like to say hi. Shall we call Sophie? Let's call Sophie. Okay, we're calling Sophie.
You promised to call other people already.
So I got to do it in order, but we will call Sophie. Okay, so we're calling Joe in Albuquerque. Joe, here it comes. Answer your phone, brother.
And if you don't answer, we're calling K-Pro.
One ringy dingy. Two ringy dingies. Three ringing dingies. Oh.
Hello.
Hey, Toby.
Hey, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm sitting here.
Oh,
watching
good.
the show.
So tell us, you asked us to call you. What do you want to talk about? It's open lines night.
Absolutely. Warm Waters Hall. Everybody wants to know, where's this thing start?
Well, that's because that's where it does start, right?
Yes. Well, in the very beginning of the poem, when he says, I've gone alone there with my treasures bowl, and a riches new and old and all that, that's a really important part right there because he's actually talking about the spot. And then he says, begin it where Warm Waters Hall. Now, that spot is extremely important. And the interview he did an interview and he said he had a hint. There was a hint and a clue, as a matter of fact, how he said it. He said, there's a clue, and it's in my book. There's a map. And he goes on and says that when it was all said and done, and that map came back for his book, that it was cut off at the United States at the border.
Right.
Between Canada.
The map that's in the back of Too Far to Walk.
Exactly. It's cut off. And the Rocky Mountains run up through Canada. Okay? He said, now that's a clue. I don't know how, I don't know if it'll help you or not, but that's a clue. And it is. Because where Warm Waters Hall is in Glacier Park, Glacier National Park. And it's on the Canadian side of the border. And there are so many things that he said. He said way too much. He has. He's really done everything he can as far as saying things nonchalantly to where either you do pay attention or you don't. And he's good at that. He's really, really good. He can tell you the truth to your face, and you won't believe it. That's how his intelligence works.
See,
he can lay it on you,
as our previous
and you're not even looking at it yet.
As our previous caller suggested, he's a BSer at heart, even when he's telling you the truth.
Well, he's a schmoozer. You know, that's what he said himself, is he's very good at schmoozing, and that's what he did. Well, with the way he constructed this, you know, when he put that chest there, he knew exactly where he was going to put it. Okay?
Right, his special place.
He worked his way backwards from that. He put it together from that spot. He reverse engineered that poem.
All right.
And the way he did it was elegant.
So you've suggested a number of what I'd call hypotheses here. Let's wrap it up.
Absolutely.
Right. Let's wrap up what you're trying to say in a nice little package with a bow on it. Right. And let's give some of the people in this room some insight and tell me in a sentence or two, as a result of all this analysis that you've done, what specific conclusion have you come to about this treasure?
Well, what specific conclusion have I come to about the treasure? I'm trying to tell you where warm waters halt.
All right. Well, let's
treasure chest is.
let's do that. Where do warm waters halt?
It's Glacier.
So Glacier,
On the Canadian side of the border.
Glacier. Oh wait, Glacier is a national park, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
it is.
How could an American national park be on the Canadian side of the border?
How can the Rockies run all the way up through Canada? He even said it's a clue.
So let's go back.
I didn't know it, but when I got the map back, it cut off, and the Rockies run all the way up through Canada.
Yeah, he says that at Moby Dickens. He's very
Falls.
clear about that at Moby Dickens, right? He says, he talks about that, and it may be a clue. And he also says there's a clue in the book that in Too Far to Walk that he didn't expect to find. And there's been much debate about that, but I think you're right. The fact that it doesn't extend up into Canada may in and of itself be what he thinks of as a clue in the category of it's above 5,000 feet, below 10,200 feet, and below the Canadian American border.
It's not where you begin. Where he's talking about where the chest is, not where you begin.
Agreed. So what? And let me see if I can paraphrase for you what I think you're saying, and that is, you believe that where warm waters halt is at Glacier, and it's the starting point. So let me ask you this question: if, regardless of where warm waters halt, do you believe that the treasure is hidden above or below the Canadian border?
It's below. It's in Montana.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
But the point with him saying, begin at where warm waters halt. To halt, like traffic, okay? Traffic comes to a halt. It's not permanent. It will pick up and it'll flow again. Just like the water will pick up and it will flow again.
Okay, so I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's seasonal. It's seasonal, okay?
Yeah.
So when the ice melts off, okay, the waterfalls that go through Glacier, they don't even know how many waterfalls there are. They are everywhere. The place is absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous while those falls are flowing. But they stop, okay? And the particular spot that he's talking about is where a person went to pray. They went to pray for answers, and they got their answers, okay? I'm talking about Sitting Bull. Forrest
So-
Fenn right now has Sitting Bull's pipe. Sitting Bull went just across the border to Canada, and he went up to the top of that mountain, and he prayed to the gods for answers. And he got his answers, and he left that pipe as a gift to the gods.
Okay,
Forrest
so
Fenn
let me.
has that pipe right now.
So
And if you take that canyon down, and just like in his book, when he did that segment in there, that chapter, Finding Lewis and Clark, if you follow the Lewis and Clark trail, the canyon down, when you come down that canyon, the Lewis and Clark trail, you're going to come right into Walkerville. It's too far, but it's too far to walk.
Okay, so we got to wrap this up. I have one last question for you before we go on to the next caller, and that is, if Warm Waters Halt is at the end of Glacier National Park, how far is it from?
What do you mean the end of Glacier?
Well, wherever it is, right? You'll have to tell me, where do Warm Waters halt precisely?
The spot he's talking about is where Sitting Bull went to pray.
Okay,
Begin it there.
Warm.
And
So
that's on the Canadian side of the border.
okay, so begin it there.
It's not
How
on
far
our
is it?
side.
How far is it from that point in distance? How far is the distance as the crow flies between that point and where the treasure resides?
Well, from that point, it's not far, but it's too far to walk, and you'll come into Walkerville. It's a distance. It's not far.
What would you say? 10 miles?
Oh Lord, no.
Not even 10 miles.
No, it's a couple hundred.
Couple hundred.
You have to take the Lewis and Clark Trail from Glacier, and you will come down into Montana. And he said, as I've gone alone in there. Well, coming from Canada, once you pass the Continental Divide, you're literally going in to Butte.
Are we back to the acid lake?
I mean, literally, if you're coming in from Canada and
Yeah.
you cross the Continental Divide, and you're going into Butte, as I've gone alone in there.
All right, sir. Well, that's certainly plenty to think about. It would be nice if the next time we talk, you have something that we can talk about distances and directions, so that.
Well, I mean, you can go from Walkerville on Google Earth, and you can go straight up, follow the Lewis and Clark Trail, and go to the highest peak. And it's a special place because that very spot is the only place in North America where water actually flows north. And that is the spot that he says to begin. That is the very place that he went to pray. Sitting Bull, he went up there and he prayed to the gods to help his people.
Okay.
When we invaded and took everything.
All right.
That's where he went.
Okay. So, thank you. Thank you for calling in. I'm sure we'll talk again.
You're welcome.
When we call in. You have a good evening.
It'll be all in my book. I'll have it published here, hopefully within, I guess, the next 4 or 6 months.
Let us know when it's published, and we'll post that link to our community blog.
Well, it's Joe Treasure Hunter.
Okay.
One hell of a chase.
All right. We'll keep an eye out for it, Joe.
Thank you, Toby.
My pleasure.
You have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Let's see. No transcription.
So we had another super chat
What?
from Jeff Enschultz
Jeff?
for $4.99.
Candy says, if searchers were within 200 feet of the blaze, It must not be very large. What do you think? It could be one of two things. Number one, well, it could be several things. They weren't very far from the blaze, but they couldn't see it for one of several reasons. Number one, it was blocked by foliage. Number two, it's not easily recognizable at that distance. You have to be closer than 200 feet. Or number three, the blaze is so innocuous you wouldn't know it if you bumped into it without knowing that what you just bumped into was a clue to the treasure. Hey, K-Pro, are you still in the room?
In other words, what Fenn calls a blaze, they didn't know that was what Fenn would call a blaze.
Exactly. Let's call Christy.
We saw a big old giant pile of weird rocks, and we said, well, maybe that's the blaze. You know, a lot of us see things, and we're like, well, maybe that's the blaze, and we don't know. We don't know what it looks like, so we have to guess at what Fenn is talking about, and that might be why they missed it.
Okay, Christy, we're calling you.
She says she's there.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
I think it's the dipping the toe in the water question.
Oh, yes.
Hello.
Hi there. How are you doing?
We're just wonderful. How are you?
We're doing real good, thank you. As good as we were this afternoon.
So have you dipped your toes in any water lately?
So tell us the tell us the toe dipping story, because we have to. You know, the gentleman said, when did Fenn say that? We don't have anything in writing, so the only thing we have is your story. So tell us the story.
Okay, I'm going to go with the best memory I have. I don't have any audios or recordings, so I'm going to go with the best information I have off the top of my head. So here is what I recall. So last summer was the first time I met with Forrest after, I want to say, 2, 3, 4 years of corresponding via email with very, very, very little discussion of treasure talk. We more talked about other things. Anyway, so he said something like, and this came out from another searcher, and people have asked me to confirm it, and once Scott Conway confirmed it, we went a different direction, and I just said, yes, this is the case. And I'm not trying to be secretive, I just never know when he says something to one searcher, is it actually, I just don't feel like it's valid information. But anyway, what he said is something like, it was kind of funny because after years of knowing him or feeling like I know him with email correspondence, he said, where is your WWWH?
No, hang on a second. So is this in correspondence or is this in conversation?
No, this is when I actually met him.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I hope I get it right. I've messed up before, and then audio comes out later. I believe it was Cynthia. It may have been a different searcher. I do not meet Forrest without a second searcher in the room or in the place. And so I don't remember exactly. I didn't take notes. I didn't take audio, so I don't remember exactly. But in essence, there was I will confirm there was a person there. It was when I met him last summer, sometime over a 1 or 2 month time frame, which would have been July or August. He asked me, and this is where I had a search. Let's see, it would have been, so he asked me, where is your you've never told me, we've never talked solved. Where is your WWWH? And, or he said, what is your WWWH? Maybe it was which or what. And my answer, I gave him at the time, and I actually don't recall if it was my, it was my previous solve. I said my previous solve was Nez Perce Trail. And he said, what is that? And I said it was the first battle of Nez Perce Trail, which is, I don't remember the WW, but it's like Walla Walla Wildlife Habitat, which was WWWH. That was the acronym.
Wow.
And he said, where do you tip your toe in it? And the warm water.
Right.
And I looked at him and I said, I didn't know that was the requirement. And he said, it was almost like I'm Forrest Fenn, like I'm saying it. He just kind of looked at me and said, I'm asking you. And I said, it wasn't. I thought the WWWH was the Walla Wildlife Habitat, WWWH. And there's only one place that is referenced in an article. So I thought that was it at the time. I'd already a little bit discarded it, but after this discussion, I discarded it even more. And he said, can you tip? And I said, I didn't know warm waters was defined that way. And I'm paraphrasing here.
Yeah.
And he said, well, that's what I'm telling you. Can you tip your toe in it? And I said, no, because there's no waters at my WWWH. And he kind of did his rolling of the eyes. And I just smiled. And I said, I want to say almost 99%. And she'll know because she definitely recalls these things better.
Right.
I believe it was Cynthia who was there. And he said, yeah. And he kind of rolled his eyes and he said, that's what I'm kind of saying. And I said, well, okay. I said, I didn't read that in any of your scrapbooks, hints, books, TTOTC, other books, 9 other books, etc. And, like many people think he and I had a disrespectful conversation. We more had a witty back and forth. And
right.
He was like, I'm telling you, you do need a crutch kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now the funny part was, it was a couple months later that Scott Conway asked to be on the show when Cal and I partnered up. And Scott said to us, we do a pre-show, probably like you do with your guests.
Right.
And he said, I told Forrest my solve, and he said, where's your WWWH? Can you tip your toe in it? And he didn't know about my situation because a little bit had come out, but not a lot. It was all back channel. It was more of the negativity of the drama of the chase. But nobody had actually said it. And I said, Scott, I said, how did you correspond with Forrest? He said, I sent him an email and told him I saw. And he messaged me back, or he emailed me back and said, can you tip your toe
dip.
In your WWWH?
You're saying tip. Do you mean dip? Can you dip your toe?
It actually came out last week in our show. Someone asked if it's D as in dog IP or T as in toe IP. And they confirmed that, actually Scott was in our chat and confirmed it was, gosh, I hope I don't say this wrong. I believe it was tip, T as in Tom, IP. But I might be wrong. These are the details that.
Well, what did he say to you?
Much, and I don't keep all.
What did he say to you?
I don't recall.
Oh, okay.
Again, I didn't take secret audio, so
yeah.
I don't recall exactly. I believe it was tip, T, IP, but I don't recall enough. It was either tip or dip. I don't remember, but I do know we actually asked when Mike and I were on the show and said, would you mind forwarding that email to us? And he did. And he forwarded, and it was when Scott went over everything, and he responded. It was either tip or dip. I don't remember. It's on one of our non-very good content-related shows that I don't remember which one it was, but Scott confirmed, because someone asked during that time. Scott was in the chat room. Scott answered. It was confirmed. So he said it to more than one person, myself and Scott, and that kind of put it to bed for me. I didn't have any verifiable proof because many people think third-hand information, and I agree with them, is difficult to confirm. Is it valid? Is it not? But he had actually emailed Scott. Scott emailed us, and we put it on Cal's channel.
All right.
I want to say this was at least a couple months back.
So let me see if I can summarize here. So there have been 2 people who have come in contact with Forrest Fenn, you being one, Scott the other. In one case, it was a direct conversation. In another, it was an email exchange. but in both cases there was something about dipping or tipping your toe in the water.
Exactly. Yes. And I asked him at the time, where we had that little witty response and everybody heard that audio that we went back and forth. I'm like, I didn't know that was a requirement. And he was like, I'm telling you, almost like, I'm Forrest Fenn. He didn't say it that way, but I almost felt like, why are you questioning me? And it was like, okay. And then once, this was maybe, months later, once Scott dropped it in our lap, the actual email and now could Scott have doctored it? Certainly. I don't believe that Scott would have. He took it. Here, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, obviously Scott took it seriously enough that he incorporated it into his solution. And somebody reminded me just now, Missouri, who is it?
Dave.
Missouri Dave just reminded me that Scott actually had a photograph of him dipping his foot in the water where he thought warm waters halted. But I'm trying to think. I know the area that Scott was looking for the treasure, in which Scott was looking for the treasure, and I don't remember it being along the Chama like that, a warm water, cool water situation.
Actually, this is where he said he adjusted afterwards.
Okay.
He did. He actually sent him an email back, and his foot is in it. And we have a picture up on our channel of where he put his foot in it was, and I'm sorry, I don't know the exact spot, and Follow Me Down is going to kick my butt for this, but it was actually where I was relatively searching at the time, because Follow Me Down is who I partnered up with last summer. And I want to say it was Heron at some spot where one lake came into a place where there was some warm waters from a creek or another river. And I don't remember the exact pieces or parts of it. But Scott actually said that helped me because I adjusted based on that. And that was when Mike and I turned and went on a pre-show and went, oh my gosh, now we have that. He actually forwarded the email and it had the headers and the information and all that. We went, oh my. So for us, that was enough to say, for me, it was enough to say it is warm waters and you need to tip at least your toe in it to see. So those of you that, like, my WWWH had nothing to do with water on my previous salt. That let me know that's not going to be accurate. So for me, now some people say maybe it's skullduggery, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Now that he told me that in a conversation, and then he told Scott that in an email, and Scott was able and willing to provide it, that kind of sealed the deal for me. Some people say, no, it's still not enough. Okay, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. That was just enough for me to say, okay, I believe you have to put your toe in it, and it has to be warm, and it has to be water.
Okay, so let me stop you there, because I have a question from Matt Brewer, who's a loyal follower, and he asked the question that I want the answer to. So Matt says, doesn't the dip toe just mean that the water is literal, not metaphorical? It doesn't necessarily refer to warm as much as it is that you have to associate with water, right? Meaning it would be like me saying, what's a good example? I have a glass of Dr. Pepper in it. In here, and it's sitting still, and you don't believe it's a glass of Dr. Pepper because it looks like it's actually brown plastic, and you'd have to touch it. I'd say, well, touch it, stick your fingers in it, meaning this is not a metaphor for Dr. Pepper. The Dr. Pepper is actually liquid in the glass. Could he have simply meant that, as Matt suggests, that the definition of water is literal in the sense that you should at least be looking, when you're looking for warm water salt, make sure that water is involved, right? Because if you come to the conclusion that warm water salt is that possible?
Yeah, so for me, it's exactly, okay, what is the 100% absolute? that it is water, in my opinion, because my previous Nez Perce that was WWWH had nothing to do. It was an acronym.
Yeah.
It didn't have to do with water at all. I now think wrong, totally wrong, not going to be the case.
Yeah.
So anybody that says it is an acronym, it is something related to his father, his whatever, I believe that is wrong.
Yeah.
Now, the next step, I actually believe, because we've had a lot of the simplify and those kind of things, and we can talk another day about a few of the other quotes he discussed at that time. I think the warm, to me, is literal, and it is literally a temperature warm. I think Sean Dotson came out today and said, no, that means warm means calm. So it just means that it's calm, and it could be cold waters or warm waters. In my opinion, it's not 100%, but the gist I got from that conversation was it's not only waters, which is 100% to me, it actually needs to be in warm temperature.
Waters. Okay.
Now, warm is relative.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's how I took it at the time. Like, dip your toe in it, does it feel warm?
And that, I think that's
does it feel warm?
I think that's the argument against what you're suggesting, because whether it's water or not is not arguable, right? It's either water or it's not. The point that you could make an argument is, how do you define warm? Right, by dipping your toe in it, because at that point it's going to be different to every person. But I understand what you're saying and how you have to interpret it for your theory. But there's some interesting principles that have to be played with here. So, all right. Well, I do.
Right, and that's where I say 100% on step one. I'm maybe 75%, but I definitely could be wrong. I don't feel, if the actual solve came out, I feel like I would bet 100% in Vegas that it's actually related to waters. My bet might be a little bit higher when it comes to, okay, is it actually warm? I actually believe 75, 80, 85%. That's how I felt, but I didn't feel strong enough to say 100%.
Yeah.
And then I could even go from there on, is it something, not only his toe, but could he bathe in? I actually believe, and I'll just say this, and this is a 50-50 to me, I actually believe it's something that, I went out boots on the ground with Cynthia, and I actually sat in one of those places that you could be in warm waters out in the middle of the cold.
Right.
I went, this is it for me. But is that a leap? Did he say that? No. But is it enough evidence of, now that I've been in those? I actually believe yes, but that's not, I don't want to overstate what he has said versus me, and I'm nobody. And I think people have really focused on, the content relation. I am, the only person we need to focus on is Forrest. I don't want to overstate what Forrest said.
Right, okay, all right. Well, thank you for calling in and clarifying that for us. And I hope that we have other conversations, because I know there's some other information that's been floating around and that probably requires the same kind of clarification, at least the expression of that clarification by you. So we'll do that again. Of course, you have your own YouTube channel. You could do it on your YouTube channel too. So.
Yeah, but I like you guys. So I'll come and hang with you. Anytime. Anytime. And of course in Vegas too.
All right. Well, let me work something out.
We got a couple of super chats for you here.
Yeah, we got a couple of super chats as a result. So, Cow said, how about some super chat for K-Pro's call? And we got one from, let's see.
The yellow.
Wayne Ross.
$10.
Thanks for K-Pro's call. And Velvet Hippo. That's a new one. Velvet Hippo, it's cute. I like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Nice.
Both
I love you all, and I love my cow.
All right, Sudie.
Oh,
we will talk to you again.
Also stand up to bullies.
Stand up to bullies, Cow Laser says. I'm going to give him one.
All right.
All right.
Only positive.
Positive.
Triumph. Negativity.
Never play down.
Right.
Yep.
We're having fun.
We'll talk to you.
Guys.
Thanks.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I would like somebody to write that question to Forrest and ask him to say it in writing for all of us to see, so we can set the record straight and be all on that even playing field again.
Except that
because
he's not.
if you're going to dip your toe in the water, that means it's not in a water tower, for one thing, because you can't dip your toe in a water tower, right?
Yeah,
so it's ruling out a lot of things. If he says that.
But I think so. Even if you did what Matt suggested, which is just consider it that it's water, right? It's got to be water. It can't be warm water's halt.
If you can dip your toe in it, it's got to be in a place
where
you can do that.
Dip your toe in it.
You can't do it in a water tower.
Okay. So let's
you
call.
Can't do it in an acid lake.
Let's call Sophie. Let's
Before
see.
she goes to bed, huh?
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're calling Sophie. Bo, is she still awake? Bo, are you still in the room? Good, good, good vibrations. Okay, we're calling Sophie. Let's see.
See if she
Hope
answers.
it didn't get too late.
Hello? Anybody there?
Say hi, Sophie.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi, sweetie. Hi.
Say hi.
Yeah. Hi.
What are you doing?
Good.
What are you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
She's doing good.
Are you watching our show right
thanks.
now? Yeah?
I am.
Are you having a good time?
I know you're there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Well,
I really love you.
you really well. We love you too, sweetie. Thank you.
With a heart thing.
There's Shelley's making.
Send you a heart.
I know there's going to too.
Well,
You guys really cool.
okay. Yeah. Well, you get to bed and get a good night's rest, and we hope you have the sweetest of dreams tonight. Okay.
We will. I will.
We will.
Cat.
With your cat?
They don't have cats.
Oh.
I'm at my grandma's house.
Grandma's house.
Oh, Grandma doesn't have any cats. Well, but that makes it better to sleep. It's always better sleeping at Grandma's house.
Did you get a story?
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
No, not reading a story. We're just watching a movie.
Oh, what movie are you watching?
We're watching your movie.
She's watching you guys.
Oh, well, maybe next time what I'll do is I'll get my favorite book that I used to read to my daughters when they wanted to go to sleep, and I'll make it a point to read it to you so you can get to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
When it was the other night.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do it again, I'm sure.
And have you been here before?
Have we been to your grandma's house? No.
I'm at my grandma's house.
Yeah.
Well, Shelley and
Have
I.
you not been here? God drive you.
All right.
Where are you on the pet?
She's having trouble with the.
Where's your pet? Where's your pet?
Where's my what?
Your pet.
My pet?
Yeah.
I don't keep any pets in my house, sweetie, or plants because I'm terrible at taking care of them.
I got in the front room and he's hugging with me again.
Oh, it was our pleasure. We're glad that you called.
You really like me?
What?
You really like me?
Oh, of course.
Are you kidding me? We love you.
How about we sing her a song?
What do you want to sing?
Baby Shark.
Hit it. We're going to sing a song, okay? This is for you.
Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do, Baby Shark.
That's our baby. That's just for you. That was just for you, Sophie.
Silly.
You get that song on my iPad and she sings it.
That's fun to sing, huh?
And she loves that song.
I sing it for my baby granddaughter, Everly. She likes that song. Yeah, he says, "Oh, I have lots of grandchildren."
That's weird.
That's weird. Well, I have lots of children, so I have lots of grandchildren there. It's a prolific family. All right, baby doll, we're going to say goodnight, and we'll see you again soon. But time to get to sleep.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And we got another super chat.
How could you not talk to baby
For the
girls
little girl.
with that kind of happiness?
Yeah. That was
Those are
from
fun.
Copper Dan.
Hey, Copper Dan, you have been
Or Sophie.
busy tonight.
Yeah.
So, but we love the piece of art that you sent us, and literally, I'm going to put it up on the green screen, so it'll always be.
Wasn't here when we opened it
Yeah,
early.
we opened it earlier.
I'll show it to you again.
Isn't that beautiful?
Canyon down.
And it's number 13, and we don't think of that as bad luck. We think of that as good luck. So, thank you for that, Copper Dan.
Yeah.
It's just so unique in terms of what he's done with it. And like I said, I'm a big fan of metalwork because my family side, my mother's side of the family, are a bunch of metal workers, and you all know that Jason Pudi is a metal worker. So
And if you're interested in purchasing one of those, again, his website is
copperelements.info. And Copper is also giving away those 3 books, new versions of The Thrill of the Chase, Too Far to Walk, and the revised version of Once Upon a While. And if you want to be entered into that drawing, send him an email to copperdan18@gmail.com. So
before Sunday.
Sophie is from Utah. Oh, so she's an hour ahead of us.
Oh, well, that's good.
So it's not quite bedtime for her.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Soon, though.
Bo, tell her we really enjoy the conversation with her. Thank you.
It'll be easier when we get our new equipment and we don't have that delay. in the
Yeah.
phone.
So part of what we're doing with this new equipment is getting rid of that delay, so we can talk with one another without stepping over each other. So let me make sure I
Tony
don't have
Brucey
any more
knows the
texts.
song Grandpa Shark do-do-do-do-do-do.
I think we've got everything done that we were going to get done tonight.
All right. So, do we have time for one call?
So we've got 10 minutes, so I'm going to open up the phone lines. So if you want to call in and talk about stuff.
Or if you want to sing Baby Shark.
Or if you want to sing a version of Baby Shark with us, we'll do that too. So, yeah. Let's see. So phone lines are open for another 10 minutes. You can call 866-597-9901. Tell us what your thoughts about everything that we talked about.
Don't forget to join us on Facebook at our new Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/A-Gypsy's-Kiss. Or if you already have liked our Facebook page, you can go there and there's a blue button under the banner that says visit group, and you just click on that.
Yeah.
Takes you there. Ask to join. We will accept you after the show's over. Takes us a few minutes to get there. But we hope to see you in the group. We're going to be doing some additional posting there and throwing some videos in there. So
Joe says you should have kept me on the phone, Toby. I had a lot more information. Joe, what I'd like, and I think what all the people in the room would like, is if there was some organization, some context that you were getting us through, because I feel like you are giving us a lot of information, but it's coming at a fire hose kind of rate, and it's not organized. You know, what I have to do is I have to sit here and think about it just to ask you questions about that. So what we should plan on is what kind of organized information. Let's say our call is limited to 5 minutes. What would you say? Because I think the longer we go on with our phone call, you and I, it just gets more convoluted and gets us further away from, where we want to be, which is trying to help the community with all these ideas. So, and maybe it ought to be, we ought to discuss one clue at a time, as opposed to starting at the top of Glacier National Park and ending up in, was it Walkertown? Walker. Oh. So that's why we want everybody to have their fair share of time on our show as well. Okay, so no calls coming in. I'm going to take the phone lines down. Okay, so the next time we'll see you is...
Friday at 1 o'clock. We'll have our Friday Fentrospection. And do you have a topic for that yet?
No.
No, working on the topics. Still.
Working on the topics.
We will put something out tomorrow evening, probably. Let you know what it's going to be about. And then, of course, Friday Fandango, 7 p.m. Friday night. We'll be having another party in the house Friday night at 7 p.m. And, yeah. That's
Bo sent us hang on. Bo sent us a picture of Sophie.
Oh.
Hang on. Before we go, I'm going to... Baby shark,
baby shark.
Let's see what Sophie looks like.
All right, this is Sophie. It's so cute.
And so we're going to share it with you. Look at Sophie in here. Let's see.
He's watching us in a movie.
Yeah. So there's us on the big screen, Toby looking angry. Looking like a big old mean. Well, that is one big television. It's as big as she is. Look at how cute that smile is. What a cutie. Sophie, you're a cutie. And you can tell everybody that Grandpa Toby said that.
Thanks, Sophie, for the picture.
Thank you for the picture, Sophie. We'll put it up on our, we're going to put that up on our community blog. So that was cute.
If that's okay with Bo and Grandma. And
Mom.
Yeah,
good point. At that point it becomes public. Not that it doesn't become public on this. So. Okay, so Friday, 1 p.m., I'll find a topic for us to start the conversation about. Remember that if you want me to call you once you see the topic and you want to share your thoughts on that particular topic, make sure you send me a text message that has your first name, your location, and the phrase, please call me, and I will call you. I'll go to those first and call before we open up the phone lines for a conversation. I am dry. Do you have any water left?
No, I drank it all. It's warm in here tonight.
It's warm in here tonight.
You shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't shut that door.
Good point.
All right.
Well, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow. Kick off your shoes and you throw them on the floor. Dance in the kitchen till the morning light. Louisiana Saturday night.
And
thank you guys for being here this evening, for all your great questions, comments, and jokes, and super chat. What a wonderful night we've had here on Humpday. And I'm Shelley Carney.
Well, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow. Kick off your shoes and you throw them in the floor.
And I'm Shelley and Sophie's partner, Toby. We will see you Friday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Friday
Fentrospection.
Thanks, you guys, for joining us tonight. We love you.